Hello friends, uh, welcome back. So in the last lecture, if you remember, we had started something of troposphere, that is one of the major element of our atmosphere. Today we'll move on with the second part, that is second layer of our segment of atmosphere, and that is called as stratosphere. So in the last lecture we had seen what is the average height of troposphere with regards to segments, with regards to area, with regards to climate, with regards to regions and its motion of change of Earth. Also we had seen that troposphere and stratosphere are differentiated or separated by a part called as tropopause and how troposphere is important. Also we have seen that world famous Mount Everest is being lying in the troposphere and how troposphere is important for Earth because it is very close to Earth. Let's move on with the second part, that is called as stratosphere. So like a very normal part, the first sentence, that is troposphere is followed by stratosphere. So it is the second important layer to the Earth atmosphere. Okay. So this stratosphere basically is studied for the reason because of ozone layer. So when we talk about troposphere, we talk about something called as oxygen, we call about turbulence, we call about atmospheric change, climate change, we talk about airways, we talk about how the oxygen is being traveled or moved down, etc., etc. When we talk about the stratosphere, we have to keep in mind that we are talking more importantly something on called as ozone layer, because it is one of the important part which is protecting the earth. So if troposphere is giving you the oxygen, if giving you the weather change, giving you the turbulence, giving you the airways to fly, stratosphere gives you one of the important factor, and that is called as ozone layer, which actually protects you from the harmful radiations. So stratosphere is a second part of Earth atmosphere or second important layer segment of Earth atmosphere, and stratosphere is being separated by troposphere below and mesosphere above. So this can be a tricky part. So stratosphere has which two major segments of environment? They'll be asking you upper and lower. So it's upper mesosphere, stratosphere के ऊपर होता है mesosphere and lower part में होता है troposphere. Stratosphere basically is a stratified layer. Stratified layer means it has a different temperature conditions. You do not have a very simple condition like you have a troposphere, but you have a different temperature conditions. So this is a warmer layer. You go with higher, if you move higher and higher, you'll find that the the warmth you feel, बहुत ज़्यादा heat जो आपको लगती है वो stratosphere की वजह से होती है, and all of a suddenly you feel it cools down. So the more you come to closer to the earth, it cools down. So that is the speciality of stratosphere. It is a stratified layer. And this part we had discussed in the earlier, that is, it is being separated from the troposphere with the help of a part or a layer, a small layer, a border layer, which is called as tropopause. The speciality of the stratosphere is that temperature ranges variably. That means, as I said, that if you move upper and upper and upper and upper, you can feel that the temperature rises. So if you move from earth to above, you can feel at some part there is a rise in the temperature, but all of a suddenly you go into the stratosphere, you'll feel that there is a chilling movement. So reason is because the stratosphere has a very varied condition of temperature. Also one more reason, you can feel these changes just for the reason because of ozone layer, because ozone layer is there, it has a capturing capacity of heat, and because it is good capturing capacity of the heat, you can find a variation in the temperature. Okay, so basically the temperature of the troposphere, that means average temperature of the troposphere, we can say that it is minus 51 degrees Celsius. So it is very chilling on that part. If the troposphere, that means the separation layer of tropopause, the separation layer of troposphere and stratosphere, वहाँ का टेम्परेचर होता है -15 डिग्री सेल्सियस. और जैसे जैसे मीजोस्फीयर के पास जाने लगते हो टेम्परेचर फिर से वैरी करना शुरू हो जाता है. So stratosphere has a very varied temperature condition and hence it is a stratified layer of temperatures. Stratosphere temperature varies according to seasons also. So in the last lecture we had seen that stratosphere का temperature कहाँ पे vary होता है, troposphere का temperature कहाँ पे vary होता है, depending upon the climatic condition, depending upon the region, depending upon the motions of the earth. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर का टेम्परेचर कहाँ पे वेरी होता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द सीजन चेंजेस. सो एज द सीजन चेंजेस स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर चेंजेस इट्स area of temperature conditions. So it's some parts it can be more cold, some parts it can be less cold. Also we had seen that there are part that is airlines in usually in which we fly. It is found in the troposphere. So troposphere में होता है, but some airlines which can be called as a jet airways, which has a huge capacity or high capacity of flying at the above earth level, more than the normal level of the earth surface, they usually fly at the stratosphere. उसके आगे नहीं जा सकते. Okay, so don't think that above the stratosphere also a plane can go. It's impossible. So basically why do we have to study these? Just for the reason because the temperature conditions. If you move on beyond a normal plane, I'm not talking about um, the airway or missiles or rockets. It's a different part. I'm talking about a normal plane, a jetways. So if the jetways have to fly, they can hardly fly up to the stratosphere. So these are the normal airways or airlines which fly of at a height of approximately 39,000 feet. So approximately, I'm saying approximately for the reason because this may change. So they can fly more than that also, but they can't exceed the height of around 53 miles. So that would be dangerous rather. The reason is because the temperature changes. Not only the temperature changes, there also are some kind of meteoroids later on after the stratosphere, and these meteoroids if hit the airlines, normal airlines, no one can imagine what would happen. So the next part is why do they fly at such a height? That means normally jets, especially jets which are huge bumper jets, Boeing especially, why do they fly at this height is for the reason because the temperature over here is very low. Why is the temperature low? Have you thought about it? ट्रोपोस्फियर में ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ गैशियस कंटेंट होता है और जैसे ही हम अबव मूव करते हैं हमें एक पार्ट मिलता है दैट इज ओजोन लेयर जो हमारी प्रोटेक्टिव लेयर फॉर्म करता है. अगर ओजोन लेयर में हर एक अमाउंट ऑफ गैशियस मटेरियल प्रेजेंट होगा तो स्ट्रेटोस्फियर का क्या होगा? तो स्ट्रेटोस्फियर हैज अ वेरी कंपैरेटिवली वेरी लेस अमाउंट ऑफ gaseous material, and when there is a very less amount of gaseous material, of course there will be less amount of turbulence. Okay, turbulence, whirlpool, तूफान आना. तूफान कहाँ पे आएगा ज्यादा? ट्रोपोस्फियर में. रीजन बिकॉज गैशियस मटेरियल वहां पे ज्यादा है. कम कहाँ पे होगा? स्ट्रेटोस्फियर में आएगा, पर कैसे आएगा? इन अ वेरी लेस अमाउंट, वेरी लो अमाउंट. Henceforth, in the last few weeks or months, you might have seen that there was a turbulence, a great turbulence, which hit the coastal areas of the Bombay and Gujarat. And why did it take place or hit the earth? Reason is troposphere. So gaseous content which are present in the troposphere hit the turbulence or control the turbulence. On another hand, stratosphere has a less amount of gaseous material as compared to troposphere. So what happens? There is less amount of turbulence. ज़्यादा विंड फ्लो नहीं होता है, वहाँ पे कंट्रोल्ड विंड फ्लो होता है. जहाँ पे कंट्रोल्ड विंड फ्लो होगा वहाँ पे एयरलाइंस या एयरवेज आराम से ट्रैवल कर सकेंगे. जहाँ पे आपको ज़्यादा स्ट्रेंथ नहीं लगेगी वहाँ पे आपका फ्यूल कंजम्पशन कम हो जाएगा. दैट इज द रीजन द जेटवेज, Boeings usually fly at these space areas also, at their own risk of course, just for the reason because the fuel can be just controlled, consumption कम हो सकता है. So that is the reason why stratosphere has an importance in airlines. Also, I said that you can't stay over there in stratosphere. Reason is because there are some kind of bacteria which are there present in the stratosphere. So that is one of the biggest study which is being right now till date, because as it is said that as you move at the upper levels of the spheres, you cannot find an organism surviving because there is a less amount of gaseous material present, right, especially for the living organism. But still the studies have found out that there are some organisms, bacteria, which can survive in biosphere. Okay, not only bacteria, but there are some kind of even the organisms which we see with our eyes. For example, vulture or geese, bar-headed geese. So if you just type these names on your Google, you'll find, I don't have a picture right now with me, you can find that these animals, or these, sorry, birds, we see these birds every day. So vultures, मराठीमध्ये गिधाड म्हणत असतात, and bar-headed goose, it's a kind of somewhat a kind of animal which you seem to be like a duck. Okay, it has a different kind of beak and head, and it somewhere you find like a duck, but it flies at a higher level. So duck can't fly, so these birds can fly, and these birds especially seen to be flying at a regions of stratosphere. Okay, so don't stay over there, I mean they can fly over there. So stratosphere is basically an area where normally organisms cannot stay or organisms cannot fly, but there are two exceptions which are being found out right now through the science, and that is Ralph vulture and bar-headed geese. And like I said, why stratosphere is important? For one more reason, that is ozone layer. So ozone is one of the very beautiful things which a stratosphere has, because I'm saying it as beautiful because if ozone layer is not there, human existence or human survival is impossible. Okay, so like troposphere is very important, first layer closer to the earth, stratosphere a second layer, important because it has an ozone, it has some kind of gaseous material which help the animals or organisms to survive over there. Maybe further studies would rather will be telling us that these bacteria are harmful or useful. Okay, the third layer. The third layer is called as a mesosphere, and you can see this in the diagram that this is the third part, and also you can see some kind of star materials right over here. So that's actually the meteoroids. So mesosphere is the third layer of atmosphere after the stratosphere, and of course again mesosphere has two important layers around it. One is stratosphere, which is at the lower part, and one is thermosphere at the upper part. So mesosphere has a temperature. Now think about it. Mesosphere का temperature कैसे होगा? It is a temperature because stratosphere का temperature it is somewhat minus 51 as on an average. So mesosphere का कैसे होगा? इससे भी कम होगा. So mesosphere has a temperature of minus 143 degrees Celsius approximately. So this temperature again changes depending upon the region which we are talking about. So if you go on the very northern part, and if from there if you calculate the mesosphere, it will be much chilling compared to that of the latitudinal part. Mesosphere is basically a part which limits. Okay, limits in a sense because it is a part where you cannot find the organism because there is hardly any temperature. Because of decreased temperature, this controls the earth atmosphere. Reason is because in सबसे अलग होता है one planet that is called as sun, which is emitting out the heat energies. At the same time, there are other planets which are there surviving in our zone or in our globe or in our area. For example, there are asteroids, there are other planetary systems, there are stars, there are etc etc, and these are actually controlled by mesosphere. So whatever the asteroids, if for example they are going to dash on the earth's surface, it is basically small asteroids, not larger asteroids, small asteroids, they are basically being controlled by the mesosphere because the temperature over here is very low. So this part begins with the stratosphere. We when it starts, for example, if you find an if you look at my cursor, the part which is closer to the stratosphere and which is actually a part of mesosphere, this will be called as the stratopause. Okay, and the part which ends, okay, so above the mesosphere you can see my cursor, so above the mesosphere which ends and which is actually gradually mixing up with the thermosphere will be called as a mesopause. So this will be called as stratopause and this will be called as a mesopause. This is one of the coldest part. Mesopause is one of the coldest part which you can find right now, at least on the earth atmosphere. The upper and the lower boundaries of the mesosphere, uh, of course, varies. That means temperature varies from polar, tropic, and altitudinal region. So you'll have much less temperature at the polar regions compared to that of the tropic on the altitudinal region. Also, it changes because of the seasonal condition also. So as the season changes, because we said that earth is not a round ball, it is a sphere. So because of this sphere, okay, you have to keep in mind this one thing also, that earth का temperature, earth में climatic changes क्यों आ रहे हैं because of rotation. हाँ, you can't give me this answer that seasons come and seasons go. You have to scientifically think about it, that seasons come and go for what reason? Is for the major reason that because earth is spherical in shape, it is continuously moving, and because of this spherical in shape and continuous movement there are changes in the climatic condition, and henceforth we get rain, we get heat, we get summer, we get winter. So that is one more part of the stratosphere and mesosphere. Next one, this mesosphere has a very different part above it, and that is called as thermosphere. It is very interesting part. Basically, some scientists roughly calculate this, that is mesosphere, called to be as an Armstrong limit. That is Armstrong limit. Of course, the scientists have discovered it. So based on the scientist's name, it is being also defined as Armstrong limit, for the reason because it is an area where a human existence can be limited. So for example, if I say that you need to move from earth surface to the higher upper level, and of course you will be given some of the artificial conditions to survive over there, so it is the limit, like mesosphere is the limit at present which is being studied, where a human normally can survive there. Okay, but it's some scientific equipments with the help. So basically Armstrong limit is being discussed as the pressure suits which the human requires. So like I said, on which humans can survive, that is the limit called as Armstrong limit. So this limit basically is a limit for human survival. On another hand, some scientists have also discovered, like it is called as Kármán line, and this line is a limitation for the satellites and the airlines. So like we have seen that the airways or airlines or jets can fly in the stratosphere. Similarly, there are part in the mesosphere. Some satellites have reached there, and the scientists have discovered that these satellites have also their limits, and these limits will be called as the Kármán line. So you have to keep in mind these two concepts. A limitation which is created with the help of the air pressures or atmospheric pressures for the human is called as Armstrong limit. On another hand, the limitations which are created for the satellites and the airlines on the basis of the altitude, pressures and atmospheric condition will be called as Kármán line. The next part is the thermosphere. So like I said, the thermosphere is quite an interesting part, is for the reason because it is the part which actually also helps to control the atmospheric condition of the earth, not directly but somewhere indirectly also. Reason is because it is one of the part, it is one of the layer which has the ability to capture the ultraviolet radiation. So we know that the sun is emitting out continuously the ultraviolet radiation, heat energy, and these heat energies are not that very good at each moment. So these heat energies sometimes can be very harmful, and this is basically a layer which has a ultraviolet radiation and photoionization property. Okay, so मैंने आपको पहले इसमें कहा था कि above the exosphere there is one more layer which is being discovered, and that is called as ionosphere. So that is also a part which will help you to understand the thermosphere. So ionization, that means जो भी ultraviolet radiation निकलेगा उसमें का एक जो प्रोसेस होता है फोटोन कैप्चर करना और उसकी फोटोकेमिकल रिएक्शन कन्वर्ट करना, दैट मीन्स उन्हें एटम्स एंड मॉलिक्यूल्स में क्रिएट करना, उनका इंटरेक्शन करना और यूजफुल एनर्जी पास ऑन करना, ये कौन करेगा? तो दैट इज द thermosphere. So you can find over here on my cursor there are some kind of radiation wave motions which you can see in greenish, bluish greenish color, and this is nothing else but the photon reaction, that is photoionization reaction, which takes place in thermosphere. So thermosphere begins at the sea level of about, again this may vary, so I don't need to tell again and again the same thing. The thermosphere also varies depending upon the region, climatic condition and the sphere moments. So thermosphere increases with the altitude. Okay, the more you go up, the thermosphere will increase. Now tell me what would be the temperature of thermosphere, because mesosphere had a temperature which was minus 143 degrees Celsius. So gradually what we think that if we rise above, the thermosphere will have of course a very less temperature, but wrong. Because it has a photochemical property, photoelectronic radiation property, photoionization radiation properties, the temperature over here is very high. So you can find how our environment changes. We have a very low temperature in stratosphere, we have a lower temperature in mesosphere. All of a sudden you find that the thermosphere gives you a temperature which is approximately around 1700 degrees Celsius. That means it can range more than above it. And why we are discussing it? Just for the reason, because you are engineers, you should know where basically the electric charges are being charged, and this is the place because of photoionization. फोटोआयोनाइजेशन का मतलब ही होता है फोटॉन्स क्रिएट करना, एटम्स क्रिएट करना, मॉलिक्यूल्स क्रिएट करना, उनका सिंथेसिस करना, उनका बाइफिकेशन करना, उन्हें फिर से कंबाइन करना एंड टू जनरेट सच पार्टिकल्स which are charged particles. Okay, so basically these are the areas, that is thermosphere, and these areas, if the temperature rises, for example in the summers, if the temperature rises, maybe this sphere can have a temperature of more than 2500 degrees Celsius for a single day. So usually जो temperature Celsius count किया जाता है atmospheric condition में, जो हम newspaper में पढ़ते हैं, that's for the reason because of the thermosphere is giving out the ionization process. Despite all these things, there is a very good thing which a thermosphere has. The thermosphere is completely a vacuum. Okay, so because it is a vacuum, that means it has a very low density of gaseous material. So अब सोचिए, if there is no gaseous material, so how can we say that there the temperature only rises? That's the part. So temperature rises at some part of thermosphere. As you move further closer to exosphere, you'll find the temperature drops down. Okay, so temperature यहाँ पे 143 degree Celsius, you can look at my cursor, so it's 143 degree Celsius over here, sorry, minus 143 degree Celsius. You move up and you find that the temperature rises to 1700 degrees Celsius plus, that means heat. Then you'll find the temperature rises so around of 27, and you rise more and you move on to exosphere, and all of a sudden you will find that the temperature drops down and there is a decrease in the temperature, and this decrease in the temperature can be around of 0 degree Celsius or minus degree Celsius also. So रात में ये temperature कम हो जाता है, and as the sun rises at that particular area, सन रेज आते हैं, फोटो आयोनाइजेशन स्टार्ट हो जाता है, टेम्परेचर फिर से चेंज होना शुरू हो जाता है. So depending upon the frequencies of climate also. So what is more important about thermosphere? So we had seen that normally flights takes place at troposphere, स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर में फ्लाई कर सकते हैं, मीजोस्फीयर में कुछ पार्ट फ्लाई हो सकता है बट मैक्सिममली स्ट्रेटोस्फीयर में होता है टर्बुलेंस कम होने की वजह से। थर्मोस्फीयर में स्पेस शटल होते हैं स्पेशली, दैट मीन्स जो हमारे ऑर्बिट में होते हैं, यूजुअली हमें जो मैप्स देते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ गूगल मैप्स या फिर टेम्परेचर, एटमॉस्फेरिक कंडीशन या फिर वर्लपूल्स दिखाते हैं, तूफान आने वाला, ये जो दिखाते हैं ये कहाँ पे होता है? विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्पेस शटल्स। एंड दीज स्पेस शटल्स बेसिकली कॉल्ड एज इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशंस जो होते हैं वो कहाँ पे होते हैं? तो इट इज बेसिकली एट द पार्ट ऑफ thermosphere. So henceforth thermosphere is also important for human survival. The next part which we will look at a very quick part, that is called as ionosphere. So मैंने कहा था आपको कि exosphere है, exosphere के और आगे ionosphere होता है. So why did I not take exosphere is for the reasons. Now the scientists are declaring that the exosphere and ionosphere can be combined together and they can work together. Henceforth we are directly discussing something about the ionosphere. So as the word says, the ionosphere, you can find out that it might be having a capacity of ionization. So correct. So it is the, you can consider it as one of the last part of the Earth atmosphere. And ionosphere basically has a temperature of controlling the solar radiation. That means ionization property काफ़ी ज़्यादा होती है exosphere, और यहाँ पे कहीं पे ionosphere आपको मिलेगा in combination with exosphere. सो यहाँ पे मैग्नेटिक स्पीयर्स काफ़ी ज़्यादा क्रिएट होते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सोलर रेडिएशंस जो आयोनाइज होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, उनकी वजह से यहाँ पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा रेडियो एक्टिविटी, रेडिएशंस क्रिएट होती है जिसकी वजह से मैग्नेटाइजेशन काफ़ी ज़्यादा हाई होता है. ओके, सो यू डोंट हैव टू रिमेंबर मच अबाउट द आयोनोस्फीयर, but only have to keep in mind that ionosphere is somewhat a area which is a neutral area. यहाँ पे completely radiations magnetize होना शुरू हो जाते हैं. That means radiations जो harmful होंगे वो यहाँ पे ही खत्म होना शुरू हो जाएंगे, और इसीलिए इस पार्ट को एटमॉस्फेरिक इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी कहा जाता है. एट द सेम टाइम इसे न्यूट्रोस्फीयर भी कहा जाता है. ओके, या फिर न्यूट्रल स्फीयर. इन सिंपल वर्ड्स इफ यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड, इट इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज अ न्यूट्रल स्फीयर. So we had seen something very important about our atmosphere, so you have to keep the sequence in mind. You can go with ascending form or you can go with descending form. Okay, one more thing, ये question भी आ सकता है. Order in ascending form the spheres, atmosphere. So if it goes with ascending form, you have to go with troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere, or sometimes can give with exosphere plus ionosphere. If they go for the descending form, you have to write down as exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere and troposphere. So varied questions can be there with this part because this part is very interesting and there are number of questions which can be raised. Of course, we'll try to practice this part with the help of the questions much amount. Right now, I'll be giving you some questionnaires with this part. You can just practice it and we'll try it in very detailed part in the later sections also. Till then, study hard.